Don't slip on the drill. Tempo, tempo. Can you keep up with my tempo? Tempo. Yeah, yeah.
Competition.
I just hit the Mike Jackson.
Yeah, we gotta talk about competition.
Oh yeah, I know. We go wherever that wind blows. The endo.
Competition, baby.
Don't slip on the drill.
Don't slip on the drill.
Don't slip on the drill.
Don't slip.
High key, I know. I send all of my rap foes like they my tadpoles. Yeah, yeah. Blowing up, C4. I just had to go crack now on my Depot. Yeah, that Draco bustin' like free throws. I do not miss no shots. I got the cheat code. That's why I never lose. They can't predict my moves.
Can't predict my moves.
I'm way too smooth. I just caught a groove. This right here, that Charles on fire in the booth. Yeah, had to go right back to
man, we got a lot to talk about.
If you ain't talking about money, please save your breath. Don't bring it up to me. Yeah, I pull up in that stunt like a 007 James Bond type movie. Yeah,
will the Dallas Cowboys
don't slip on the trip.
Take advantage
no,
of this new found great
don't slip on the trip.
competition. Don't slip. Don't slip out on the drill.
Tempo, tempo. You put my tempo, tempo.
Tempo. Don't slip.
Don't slip on the drill.
Don't slip.
Don't slip on the drill.
I'm trying to tell you, don't slip. You think you got your job?
Tempo. You keep up with my tempo.
Might be slipping, man.
Tempo. Yeah,
don't slip.
C4. I just hit the Mike Jackson on my tiptoes. Oh yeah, I know we go wherever that wind blows. The endo.
They already coming in with that fire. Don't slip on the drill. Yeah, we gotta watch how this play out, man.
Don't slip on the drill.
Dallas gotta handle this right.
High key,
gotta handle this right.
I send all of my rap foes like they my tadpoles. Yeah.
I ain't playing either. Think you got your job? Shit. Might be slipping, homie.
Yeah, that Draco bustin' like free throws.
Competition, baby.
I do not miss no shots. I got the cheat code. That's why I never lose.
Man, don't slip.
They can't predict my moves.
Trying to tell you.
I'm way too smooth.
Way too
I
smooth.
just caught a groove. This right here,
groove. Thought you had that groove, huh? Parsons came out going hard. Thought you had your groove. Thought you had your job.
I pull up in that stunt like a 007 James Bond.
Man, we gonna talk about it today. Don't slip on that drip.
Don't slip on the drip. No.
Yeah. Don't slip on the drill. Don't slip on the drill. I'll tell you.
Tempo. You keep up with my tempo.
Tempo, baby. Girl, don't slip.
Don't slip on the drill. Don't slip on the drill. Tempo. Can you keep up with my tempo? Yeah. Blowing up C4. I just hit the Mike Jackson.
There it is.
Oh yeah, I know we go.
Man.
Wherever that wind
y'all know what
blows,
it is.
The endo.
Don't slip.
Don't slip on the drill.
It's always a message, man. Don't slip. Don't slip on the drip. Yo. Turn the intro up. Let's go, man. Late night with your boy Boss. Let's go through these comments, man. Let's go. So we see Raymond. What's up? Douglas. Pastor. Always on time. Nope. No time for loyalty and politics. Yeah. And Renell from Facebook. He say, Indris, Lord have mercy. Might be working for us though. Straight up. Yeah, my boy say, yes sir, Boston OC, what's good? Great show yesterday and look forward to the content tonight. Yeah, we got you. Nick, I owe you a phone call, fam. That's my bad. I was grinding today, but I know you already understand. We'll catch up tonight or tomorrow. You know that, my dog. Chris say, what's up? 43 Flex. Aye. What's up, man? Thank y'all for coming on in. My boy say I'm rewatching the game right now. Break it down to us, Mark. Yeah. And Ida say, run it down, boss. I'm getting ready to. Definitely go do that. Go run it down. Chris in the building. Say, what up, Cowboy Nation? What's up, man? Thank you for coming on in. Gregory, longtime friend from the days of co-hosting with West Coast. Love you, brother, straight out of Georgia. Always good to see you, man. And then obviously Coach, man.
Show them what it's all about.
Coach, I ain't gonna let you get me started, man. I know. I'm gonna say we need BJG in here. Y'all flow very well. I know, bro. I miss Big Game James. I was thinking about today, man. We go hard together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's a key ingredient. It's not the same when he not. It's not. Even though it's good, it's not the same. Just keeping it real. He go hard, man. I love Big monster. If once I get that registration, I don't know what you're talking about. We'll talk about that. Catch me up. Jeff say, what up? My boy say AB never get injured. Yeah, he got injured. He got injured twice. They still paid him. Sadiqua in the building. She say, what up? Harvey. Man, I'm running down all these comments, man. I love it. Y'all in the building. We talking about that competition today, man. You know me. Shit, we got to talk about it. Talking about that competition, man. All about that competition. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Welcome to Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matter. It's your boy, Boss Cowboy, and we got a lot to talk about. Obviously, we want to talk about what's first on my heart and dear to my heart right now. It's this new competition. And some people see it, some people don't. Straight up. Hold on real quick. I already know what you're talking about. Bro, I'm posting that video in the morning. My boy say, laugh out loud. Man, I'm still laughing out loud. Bro, I'm posting that clip in the morning. If y'all miss Law, I watched it about 30 times after the show and was laughing still the same. So I'm going to post that clip first thing in the morning. I'm talking about Law. So y'all stay on the lookout for that, for real. But we go get into this competition, man, and the OC coming too. And trust me, it's worth it. I'm gonna post it, man. Law was classic. I mean classic, not kind of classic, super classic. It was so Mississippi. It was so Southern. His metaphors, only he can do it. Like, only Law can do what he does. But Law had me crying. I'm talking about real tears. Real tears. So if y'all didn't catch that show yesterday, go to the 55-minute mark and just listen. When he talking about Fossil. Oh my God. Ooh wee. That final word yesterday was on fire. So anyway, yeah, y'all catch up to that. And I'm gonna post that, I promise you, in the morning. It was so funny. I had to call Law. I said, Law, I'm gonna post that clip. You sure you want me to post that? He said, oh yeah, man, that's me. Yeah, post it. No doubt. Like, all right, I'll post it. But anyway, man, I want to talk about this competition, man, and the OCE is coming. All right. So I posted to this in Twitter, and this was game day, so it was 2 days ago, right? And this was from watching the game, right? And just kind of watching as everything was folding. I said Parsons versus Randy, Zeke versus Pollard, Curse versus Wilson. A real debate on who deserves more playing time means the whole team better. Love it. Hashtag love it. And that's real. That's real. So if you got pet cats, this is not going to be the show for you because I don't have no favorites. All right. But I do want to address real quick and do this out the gate. All right. I want to start from the top. I'm going to start from the middle. Zeke versus Pollard, because that's the easy one. Okay. The easy one on Zeke versus Pollard is actually, that's manufactured. That's not real. They playing us. It's not real. They are not competition. Every time Pollard has a good game, they're going to manufacture like it's really, and they're going to really try to do this. They come out as if Tony Pollard is Ezekiel. Let me be all the way honest. Both of them are unique and both of them are needed. It's not no one or the other, it's both. But the whole reason I'm bringing this up is because both played well. And I'm very happy with the production, because even if it starts a debate, that's a good problem. If it's a real debate on if Pollard deserves more carries, which you can really say, if you can, you can really say that based on game 2, if we being fair to him. You don't watch somebody explode like he did and then just put him on the shelf and act like, okay, we done with that. Even with him, I got to at least say, let's give it thought. Because if he continues to do what he did Sunday, he deserves more touches. You can't watch more explosion and don't reward it. And what does that do to Zeke? Let's be all the way honest. It pushes Zeke. It brings the best Zeke out because he know he got somebody nipping at his heels. And that's okay. That's good. I want the debate. I want the real debate. I don't want the fake debate. I want the real debate. I want it from when they're earning in it. When you see them doing good, when you see them balling. You know what I mean? Because when they balling, I at least want the conversation. Maybe it don't become a reality real quick. But before you ever make a move of anybody starting, it first starts with a conversation. Did you see that? And you got to also say, is this a flash or is this real? Is this real? You have to ask that question. And let's be honest. All of us went through this before with Romo versus Dak. Because some people, this gonna sound crazy, but some people was real life like Dak is the future after his preseason. They was done with Romo. They was like ready to move on. Some people needed it about 3 games. Some people needed to see him do it against the big teams like Green Bay and Pitt. They saw enough. Some people needed 3 years. But remember how it started. It's all about how it started. Nobody at first was like, Dak is going to unseat Romo. Somebody asked me when Romo got hurt. They said, boss, what would it take for Dak to take over? I said, to unseat Romo? Bro, he got to play perfect. That's the only way. He got to play perfect. That's it. Even if you like him because of the politics, because of the love for Romo, Romo was in year 10. They built a team around him. I'm like, the only way they're going to unseat Romo and not give him his job back is he got to go on a perfect winning streak. That's exactly what I said. Did I think that was going to happen? Nope. I knew Dak was good, but I didn't think he was going to go on an 11-game winning streak. I didn't. But I brought that up to say it starts with the conversation. It starts with a vision. It starts with a what if? What would it take to unseat some of the favorite guys that we have? So Geechee can come in and he said something that I feel which is perfectly on point. He said, envision Mark Ingram and Kamara. Exactly. That's exactly how to see Zeke and Pollard. So I'm not going to spend that much time actually addressing that, because to me, it's exactly what Geechee just said. It's look at them together. But I do want the conversation. I'm not going to lie. I want the conversation. Now I want it because Pollard is balling. Not that manufactured balling where you see him break one time and then you start embellishing his results because you don't like Zeke. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about Pollard really put up a real 100+ yards and show some explosion. Oh, let's talk. My boy Gary in the building. He said, what's up, boss? What up, G? Straight out of Funky Town, man. Always good to see you, big homie. Bone Thugs and Harmony. My boy got that long hair. OG Funky Town. The lunatic in the building. He said, SC Cowboy Nation. What's up, man? All right, so, but it's a lot of competition, bro. A lot of competition. So let's go back. Let's talk about some of the other stuff. All right. Now, the one that's going to get real, that could get real, and we talking about the conversation right now. It's not at reality. All right. We at least got to have what? The conversation. Because when you see an epic performance, never before type stuff, you got to start talking. You got to start considering it, right? Because the guy that's Romo right now is Randy Gregory, okay? That's the Romo. Micah Parsons could be the Dak. Y'all feel me on that analogy? So that's a real possibility. That's not a joke. Because when you look at Micah Parsons, right? And you look at how he came out and you say, whoa, wait, whoa. Micah Parsons played defensive end for the first time since high school. Oh, we gonna get to that. Hold on. Gary will go ahead of you. We gonna get to that one. We gonna definitely get to that one. Wilson job. We gonna talk about that. Let me catch up to you, Gary. Let's deal with Parsons right now. Ooh, and see Tyrone Church. Ooh, this is a good point too. D-Law is Romo is more. Ooh. And see, Geach could come in here. I said the same thing. Parsons give me Von Miller vibes. Ooh. Ooh. Oh God. Look at these boys. We gonna talk about this, Derek. That's why we got to talk about competition, bro. This is why this is important. Cause people wanna push this under the rug. They wanna, oh, that was nice. That was nice. Nah, we gonna have this conversation right now. All right. So when you look at a start where he had 8 pressures, most by a rookie since Nick Bosa in 2019. Okay. So let's slow down and digest this. All right. Let's slow that down. We talking about top 5 picks that we got at 12 with a guy who was thrown out there. That screams major upside. And there's a small debate on should we play him at linebacker or defensive end or outside linebacker in a 3-4. Well, I'm gonna be honest. That's why I think Cowboy fans are thinking it. I really do. So let's start with the economics. Let's start with the money. Why are left tackles paid so well? Why are defensive ends paid so well? Why are quarterbacks paid so well? It is because of the value of the position. So that's where I honestly think we overthinking it. Oh no, keep him at linebacker. Well, I'm cool with that. But the economics for years have already shown us why ends are paid what they're paid. It's not just the talent, it's the value of what they do. It's the value of what they do. So, and you also got to think Jalen and LVE, at least lately, have been playing good. What do we need now with Tank out? We need pressure. We have a lot of linebackers. We need pressure. And just like it was asked of me, what would it take to unseat Romo? I said he would have to play perfect. These are long shots. But what would it take? It would take Parsons stand on the level he's on. Because if he stays on this level, it's going to happen to Tank just like it happened to Romo. It's going to happen to Randy just like it happened to Romo. It's going to start from whispers and it's going to get louder and louder, and then it's going to get to where you can't stop it. And you might have to send, honestly, one of those guys home.
Yeah, Boss Cowboy. I'm telling you, if Micah Parsons continues to turn up over these next several games, see, because listen, we already got a situation. We got a situation already. All right. because we got, look, no hate, no shade, but we got Tank on IR, man.
Yeah.
And the issue is that he had a 6-sack season, right? And then what's his projectile this season, right? He's $100 million man, 60 some odd million dollars guaranteed. So I'm guaranteeing you, unless he has a fantastic flurry, and I hope he does, unless he has a fantastic flurry, we're going to be talking about a restructure or some type of sign and trade deal a little bit later based on productivity. Because what did Jimmy Johnson do to build all-star, rock-star defensive lines? He went with youth. He went with speed. And if you got injured, bud, you would be one of those guys that's see you later, or cut, or what have you, or traded, right? Because it was no time for injured players that got paid a bunch of money. Right, so that's the issue, and it's no shade. Things happen in life, man. I've been injured. A lot of people been injured, but I'm saying you can't make the club in the tub. And if you're Randy Gregory, I hope that he gets off to a fantastic start several games, because he's going to need to for momentum, and I think that he should, because of the fact that he'll be one-on-one. But if he doesn't, boss Cowboy, then all those young guys are going to get a lot of reps, and what we're going to do is that we're not overpaying for anyone. That's what's going to happen per Stephen Jones' policy. We're not overpaying for anybody.
Facts. We taking calls, Marv. Call. Come on, call on in. We taking calls right now. You better call now, though, because you know how that go. If you don't call right now, yeah, call on in. Call 484-998-9332. We want to hear from you. Go ahead and call. I'm waiting on it. I want to hear from Marv right now, because Marv be having some excellent pushback. I want to hear from you. So 484-998-9332. There it is. Boss Cowboy Sports, your voice matter.
Boss.
Yeah, and turn it down behind you, because I can hear it. But go ahead.
I got it. I got you. Hey, how y'all doing, boss? How you doing, OC? I wanted to call in. I think OC got me wrong last time when I said I didn't agree with. I think me and him agreed. I don't agree with Parsons being a defensive end on every down. I believe Parsons being a defensive end in a lot of packages and getting a lot of defensive end snaps. But I want to see this great athlete mature and affect more defenses. I want him to affect every defensive snap, because if he's going to be considered our best defensive guy, I don't want to pigeonhole him in the spot in which he may be great at. But he can be great in a lot of places. I want him on the field. If it's 4 downs, I want him on the field all 4 downs, even on the punt return team. I want him on the field every play, but I think he can affect the game in defensive snaps at the defensive end, at the linebacker rushing against guards that maybe not the best blocking guards. But I want us to pump the brakes on this about him. Let's pump the brakes. We understand as a defensive end, he has to build a resume. And that resume has to be able to deal with different types of tackles, better tackles. He's going to have to deal with different situations. If you look at the game, yes, he put pressures, but he had some problems with the first round draft pick over there. Not saying he's not a bad defensive end, not saying he may not be a great rush end, but let's pump the brakes with him on that situation. I also want to say about this comparison thing. Randy Gregory and Parsons, I don't agree with the analogy of the Randy Gregory is the same thing as Dak and Romo. Reason why? Dak and Romo are 2 great quarterbacks. You can't use them both on the same time. But when you got 2 great players, defensive players like Parsons and Gregory, they can be used together. They can make each other better. They could be complementary if you put them in the right packages to get the best production. You don't want to put Parsons out there and put Randy Gregory on the sideline. Too much talent. You don't leave that talent on the sideline. Now, with Parsons, let's get offenses worried about where he's at. and let him do what he does best to effect more defensive snaps. Because if I put him on defensive end and people get hip to it, they're going to run away from him. They're going to double team him. And what I'm going to do as an offensive coordinator, I'm going to say, your best defensive guy over there, I'm going to limit the opportunities he's going to have to hurt our team. And we're going to make the rest of the ones that are not that great have more opportunities, but we're going to limit his opportunities. Let's put him in situations where he can be dominant and affect all the defensive snaps. He's young enough. He's got the enthusiasm. Let's pump our brakes and let him go through the cycle of going through defense end, because he's going to run against some Tyron Smiths, some Lyle Collins. He's going to run against some better deep offensive tackles. And they're not going to just let him run wild. He's going to have to go through those growing pains. But to start out, he did a great job. He's a player that can affect the game in all areas of the field, and that's what we want to utilize him as at this particular point, because we are very deep at defense. Believe it or not, we're deep. Let him affect the game in a lot of different areas.
Gotcha. All right. So let me address it.
I want to say this right quick, Bob. I put that thing on by Wilder Pip. Y'all know the Wilder Pip story, right? And this is with your competition. These guys that are hurt, that's on the COVID list, like Neil, D. Wilson, don't be a Wilder Pip story, because you start letting other guys get on the field, when the time for you to come back, you might have to share the steak a little bit. You might have had the whole steak when you left, but by the time you come back, somebody else might be sitting at the table and say, hey, I need half of that steak now, and you can't have it all now because you let me get on the field, and when I got on the field, it's going to be hard for me to get off. So, Neil, you on the COVID list, you let Cox get on the field, you might find a hard way to get back. Donovan Wilson, you hurt. You let Curse on the field, you might find a hard way to get back.
Gotcha, Coach. Let me address what you talked about. All right. Thank you.
All right, take care, man.
Love you, Coach. Love you. All right, so let's talk. So I just want to address a little bit, because he right when he say pump the brakes. That's why the details of what I'm saying are important, because I started saying if. That's the key. If it starts with a conversation, we all got to let it play out. That's why the first thing that I said is if he stays at this level. So, but because he started so epic, that's what the comparison to Romo is. And I'm glad Coach called, because it gives me a chance to clarify and be clear. You know, it's no, we not saying that even you got to take him off right now, right? But if it come down to it and he putting up epic levels and you trying to figure out who need to stay out there rushing, you only got two sides. And it's going to end up being, who are those guys? Obviously not right now, but it could happen. And if it happens, we need to have the conversation now. That's what I'm saying. You got some on that, OC?
Yeah, I got a whole lot to say on that, Boss Cowboy. Thank you, Coach, for the call. You put a lot of
Great
good stuff
call
out there. Yeah, and so I want to clarify just a couple things in terms of what you said in terms of him facing better offensive tackles. Yeah, he will at some point in the season, in particular with the Kansas City Chiefs and with the New Orleans Saints. But please keep in mind that the Cowboys have one of the weakest schedules in the NFL, which is why I predict them to win the NFC East and at least about 2 games and make it into the playoffs, at least at the divisional round, barring massive injuries. So Micah Parsons is not playing against, on this schedule, as I look down this schedule, he's not playing against a whole bunch of all-pro left and right tackles. right? He's really not. So here's the conversation piece. And if you talk about making him a jack of all trades and things of that details, then here's I'll get to my boy's comment in a second. But look, here's the deal. Remember Dom Capers and remember Clay Matthews in his prime. You remember how Dom Capers had the IQ from a defensive standpoint to use Clay Matthews almost like a joker? He would play middle linebacker. He would play rush in. He would play over the guard. He would rush free rusher hot on the quarterback. They did all types of stuff to utilize his athleticism and his ability to apply pressure and make plays. So ideally for me, how I see Micah Parsons being used is still primarily a defensive end because he's at his best going forward. But at the same time, I see him being used as a joker, but this is a test of Dan Quinn's ingenuity, creativity, and the ability to mix it up and not let one of your best assets be predictable. So, hey, Shingles, left tackle grade out of the 90s. Yeah, that's 1 week. All right,
yeah,
that's 1 week.
That's a good point, though, because that goes to the point I was making on what happened with Dak and Romo, right? Where it was, so what? You beat the Redskins, right? But then it was Dez is out. Your receiver is Bryce Butler, Cole Beasley. Can you beat these boys? Then he win. That's what this is, right? Yeah, we saw you against a backup right tackle. Now, if he come out and he do it on guys graded in the 90s, competition just got higher. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. And what I'm saying about Shingles, because I follow these guys, when I was 1 week, I mean that he doesn't consistently grade out in the 90s. That's what I'm saying about that particular tackle. All right, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. So hey, he played a good game, fantastic. Right. But he ain't no perennial All Pro Bowler. That's the point I'm making.
Excellent point.
So he's playing. Yeah, he's playing well. He played well for a game or two, and then let's see what he does against real speed coming at him too. Let's see what he does against Micah Parsons. You can say, let's see how Micah Parsons does against him. Well, let's see how he does against Micah Parsons, because Micah Parsons is gonna come off with a first step that very few people from the rush in position, very few people in the NFL. Even right now as a rookie, I'm not anointing Micah Parsons. He still has to play things out. He still has to be productive. But I'm saying in terms of a sure first step and speed coming at you, it's very few guys, man, that has that first and second step. And that's what I'm saying. And that is a huge adjustment for any tackle to make. And only the elite of the elite can make an adjustment and block guys that are coming at them with 4.3 speed effectively and that has strength. So the great thing about Micah Parsons, if you are an opposing tackle, is that Micah Parsons is not polished, right? He doesn't have all his tools sharp, right? He's not bending, he's not technical, right? He's just a fast, great athlete coming straight at you, and you got to deal with that. So, that's the hope, in terms of keeping that guy out of the backfield. But I'm gonna tell you up front, without some double teams and crackbacks, it's gonna be difficult.
That boy OC go hard, man. Y'all got OC messed up. Hey, they saying they want to call in. You want to take another call, OC?
Come on.
All right.
Come on.
All right, call in. Y'all asking. Come on in. Like, people keep asking. Oh, there it is. Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matter.
What up, boss?
What's up? Who is this?
This Gary.
What's up? What you got, man? Talk your talk.
Man, I've been trying to call, man, because ever since I heard Coach Marv and then OC, you know what I'm saying? And I agree with all of y'all. Really. You know what I'm saying? Like Coach Marv said, it's been a small sample size. You know what I'm saying? But with the injuries we have, Armstrong being hurt and Tank being out, I believe we should leave him at defensive end for now.
Yeah.
But when we get back healthy, you know what I'm saying? Like you were saying, Jimmy Johnson like the fast ends. You know what I'm saying? We can line him up there, drop him out, or drop one of the ends in the short zone. You know what I'm saying? To get the little the back out the backfield, the hot read. just like we did against the Chargers. We overloaded the right side and brought the blitz on the left. And then Parsons is legit as a pass rusher. So I believe, like OC said, use him as a jack of all trades. Put him in the middle, bring him up to rush the passer some, drop him back in coverage, let him just dominate. You know what I'm saying? He a football player. Just let him go. What he say? See ball, hit ball. Let him do that.
Right. No, great call. Great call. Anything else before we address what you just talked about? Great call, Gary.
No, man, I love the show, man. Like I was telling people the other day, Parsons is a Swiss Army knife, man. You can't keep that man locked in the one position because he a football player. He just too good to be locked in the one spot.
Nah, I absolutely agree with you, man. I want to address what you talked about, and definitely, man, thank you for calling, bro. Go Cowboys.
No problem, man. Anytime.
Yeah, your voice matter all day, my brother. All right, yeah, man. So that was a good call. Yeah, this is a hard debate. This is not an easy one. We got another call. I'm gonna take one more and we gonna address it. Boss Cowboys Sports, your voice matter.
Boss, thank you very much for letting me call in. This is the Lunatic. How you and OC doing tonight?
Man, what's up, the
What's
Lunatic?
up, man? What's up, brother? How you doing?
Appreciate the call in. Appreciate the time to call in. Listen, sometimes you have to protect the player and not let him be his own worst enemy. Micah is gonna run up against some quarterbacks like Tom Brady, who made him look lost out there sometimes. So let's, as OC said, yes, let's do him as a jack of all trades, not where as a defensive end all the time, but a situational pass rusher, which is what our offense and our defense are turning into. We may need to pass 50 times a game. We're going to be able to run 30, 35 times a game, like week 1 and week 2. And our defense has been able to do that also, thanks to, I think, Micah's versatility. Dan Quinn has raved about his versatility, and I just love his attitude. He goes up to D-Law and says, hey man, what are you doing here? What are you doing? He goes up to D-Ware. Says, hey, some of those tips you want me to do, because he wants to improve his game. He is a weapon. Yes, unleash him. But sometimes you need to protect that weapon from himself and say, yes, we are going to need you. But we also got to be smart about the way we use that weapon. We don't always use a hammer.
Right.
We don't always use a hammer. Sometimes we use a scalpel. Let's get in there. I love that attitude. That's why this defense is, in my opinion. I thought it was going to be a little later on in the season. Take it away from D-Law. D-Law does all the rah-rah, but Micah does the rah-rah, and then he does it on the field. This defense is rallying to him and to Dan Quinn's coaching style. I love it. But as OC said, sometimes we are going to use you as a hammer, and sometimes we're going to use you as a scalpel, depending on the opponent. I love it. Filthy week. Let's go. Thank you, boss. Thank you, OC. Appreciate it. Cowboys Nation. Let's get ready to roast them she-gals.
Ooh, say. Great call, man. Thank you so much, the Lunatic. Fantastic call, bro.
Yeah, man, great. And he just go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I'm saying he just brings out more of the point. And listen, Dan Quinn was heavy with his hand in this draft, right? He got a lot of players out of this draft. He got depth to create what the Lunatic brought out is really situational packages, right? He has the depth to do that, situational packages. So what Dan Quinn has to be genius about, and it's not going to really happen in the next couple games, this is going to be more important as we get deep into the season, is how and where he uses Micah Parsons. And I love what the Lunatic said, a weapon. That's perfect. That's the perfect analogy.
Perfect.
He's a weapon. He's a weapon. That's perfect. So you got to be smart how and where you use him. You can save him. You can save him by pulling him off the ball or either by rushing him outside man free on first down. You don't got to line him up and let him battle tackles and tight ends, right? Every first down. That's dumb. I wouldn't do that. Play him off the ball, right? Mix him up. Blitz him in when you know it's a pass. You can do a variety of different things to keep him forward in attacking. So love the call. Great call, the Lunatic, man. We appreciate your support.
Oh, see, Jay, I'm coming right to that. See, they got Jay. See, listen. All right, we gonna handle that, Jay. I promise you, we gonna handle that. I promise you. Great comment. We gonna talk about that. We gonna conclude Parsons with Jerry, because Jerry sums up what the Lunatic said and UOC. Here we go. Y'all listen.
Where the game was Micah Parsons. Did you guys think that he was, capable of anything close to that performance? And what did you think of his play to go there for the first time since high school and perform like that?
We thought he was the best defensive player in the draft, and that's why we just didn't cut our throat when we didn't get a corner. But and he is that because he's got that so much flexibility in what he can do on defense, and obviously we've seen him do it, line up just in 2 games. We've seen him line up in multiple areas, and you'll see him continue to do that. I would say that pressure is the key. Wherever you bring him from, emphasize the word.
Well, I think you cut out there. You got us, Jerry?
That's yes, I do. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, I do. Yeah. Well, I emphasize the word pressure. You'll see him play different positions, but most of the time we want to use him to get some pressure on that passer.
So the boss has spoke, bro. It's what it is. It's what the Lunatic said. It's what you said. He's gonna be a weapon. Like, we calling for, designated pass rushing at least while Tank is out, right? So that we can, get a good sample to know what we dealing with. But the boss telling you, the key we gonna do with him, we gonna unleash him on quarterbacks. One word goes with him: pressure. So that's just what it is. So
It is what it is.
It's just what it is. Now, let's handle it. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the hot one, especially what Jay just hit us with. Right? You saw what Jay hit. I was saving this for last, OC. I'm gonna do it now. See, I already know how fans go, because if you read the thumbnail, I said new competition for pass rush, safety, running back. I added right tackle. I can already hear the fans. Ooh, really? Oh, really? Oh, you really think Steele could be competition? Of course, it's a long shot. It's a long shot right now. But, and he got help from Kellen Moore. I'm not blind. Hold on. I got to do this, bro. You know me. I got to do this. Y'all know. It's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. I don't drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. And we know that this is a fantastic start. We know this is a long shot. But I also want y'all to listen to Jerry on Steele.
My hero of the game, or one of my heroes of the game, was Steele, our right tackle.
Yeah.
And I just thought he was outstanding, and I really felt that he would be in this lineup when we lost Collins, because he's been so consistent. He's really been the most consistent tackle that we've had there during training camp. And because Lyle was in and out quite a bit. And the one that I thought was I personally was the guy that could give you the most consistent would have been Steele.
The best ability is availability. And you know what? This goes back to a story of when I first came to the University of Houston, Boss Cowboy. There was a guy in front of me who was like the #1 recruit in 1996 in the country. I won't name his name. I think you know who I'm talking about. Played on the offensive line from Texas. And this particular guy was missing blocks, had some injuries, things like that, but physically he was a monster. Physically he was better than me. He was stronger than me. He was just as fast as me. I mean, he could fold up grown men like lawn chairs. I wasn't on that level. I mean, I didn't get stronger, until later in my college career. But listen, one thing that I had over him, Boss Cowboy, that caused me to get in front of him on the depth chart, Boss Cowboy, was that I didn't miss practices and I didn't miss blocks. I didn't miss practices and I didn't miss blocks. So what I'm saying is this. Just in the situation that I mentioned, Terrence Steele is no way a physical comparison to the tools and the ability and the talent of La'el Collins. Let's just get that part clear. Just no comparison. Okay, absolutely no comparison. However, he's been healthy. Right? And if he can be a suitable, he doesn't have to be great. That's the thing about this. Terrence Steele does not have to be great. He just can't be horrible. He don't got to pancake people. He don't got to put on highlights, blocks. He just got to cover guys up, body on a body, keep pressure off Dak Prescott, and get on a body on guys and just do his best. So I just think that at the end of the day, man, I mean, solid developmental tackle, man, that, is going to end up getting himself a second contract and making himself some really, really good money, man, just by being consistent.
Sake, I want to play just one more time what the boss said, okay? And key in on the key words.
My hero of the game, or one of my heroes of the game, was Steele, our right tackle.
Yeah.
And I just thought he was outstanding, and I really felt that he would be in this lineup when we lost Collins because he's been so consistent. He's really been the most consistent tackle that we've had there during training camp. And because Lyle was in and out quite a bit, and the one that I thought was
who did he bring up? Who did he say was out?
Consistent would have been Steele.
Leal, in and out. See, listen, man.
Hold on, OC.
Look.
Hold on, OC. I got something perfect. I got the perfect real quick. I want to play a new song as you talk. Go ahead, real quick. Go ahead.
So look, man, here's the whole deal. When you okay, I can't even hear the words, man, but I'm gonna keep on talking.
He said don't slip.
Well, here's the thing that Bill Parcells said a long time ago. He said this. He said, look, don't go out of the huddle because you never know who's going in the huddle. Now, look, La'el Collins coming back. He's going to take that right tackle position over, right? But what I'm saying is this, man. It goes a long way with organization, right? That he is there and he's consistent and he hadn't been hurt. So, you know what I mean? And that's Gary. Yeah, good comments. Subliminal shots fired. Yeah, he just letting you know, hey, man, we paid you a lot of money, baby. We want more out of you, right? We expected more out of you. We expected more consistency. We're expecting more commitment out of you. And I think this goes back to last year when he was overweight. That's what I think. So, yeah, Marvin Agree, he said Steele is a Band-Aid only. Yeah, he's a backup right tackle.
You can't. Listen, we got to stop
No,
that's where he is right now. But see, what we do too much, in my opinion, I've been guilty of this. We don't account for the guys that develop. We don't do that.
True.
We don't do that. We look at everybody at where they are, not where they go be. Eric Williams was first an undrafted free agent. Cole Beasley was first an undrafted free agent. Sometimes these guys work their way into starters, guys. Just being honest.
Larry Allen was a late round draft pick out of Sonoma State. How many draft picks have you heard out of Sonoma State? So yeah, to your point, Boss Cowboy, this is what I'm gonna say about Terrence Steele. And you were right about this last year, and you're right about it this year. You know, hey man, that he got quality, valuable experience. So I'm saying in his second year, the more games and the more snaps he plays, the better he's gonna get, and the more valuable he's gonna become to the Dallas Cowboys organization or to somebody else. So his confidence is gonna rise because there's nothing substitutes. And you know this, Boss Cowboy, nothing substitutes for game practice. You can be, you know, running with guns and scout team. You can do all that stuff, but when you get in games and you with live bullets, man, that is really the quotient that develops and separates men. So he could turn into a quality starter. He's a backup at this point, but he could turn into a quality starter. All pro, I don't think so, but I think a quality starter as he gets confidence, yeah, I think he can do it over time.
Don't slip on the trail.
Don't slip on the drip.
Don't slip. Don't slip. Say, we try to tell, but listen, man. Yeah, it's subliminal. Yes, it could be just talk. Yes, it could be Jerry just using Steele. You know,
trying to motivate him. He wants
to motivate him.
He want to motivate him.
But say, like, you can't listen. Coach Marvin called in. He said his guy, this is the former head coach Marvin. He said his player that earned his star, he broke down what star meant. The guy that he said played with speed as an acronym for the S, Steele. Toughness, Steele. The big thing he said, availability.
Can't make the club in the
see,
tub.
people don't think I listen very, very well. You know what I mean? Very, very. Coach killed that. He killed that star so much. I'm gonna make a segment for Coach. I mean that. It's gonna be who is Coach's star of the week. Who's the guy that played with the speed, the toughness, availability, and was reliable? That's his star.
Like it, love it.
Love it. Yeah.
Love it.
So now it's real. Like when your boss take a subliminal shot, you don't take a bullet that goes right over your head. You take all bullets serious. Cause see, the first shot will be a warning shot. Jerry go shoot you in your head on the next one.
Yeah, and I mean, look, here's the deal. I mean, all L. Collins has this out, all right, is come back and play well for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Come back and play well for the rest of the year. Now, don't mess around and be injured, Al. Don't be injured with all that guaranteed money. So the problem is that, you know, pressure is a privilege, but look, a pressure is the price of admission as well. I'll see Gary. I'm gonna get to him in a second. So here's the deal. Yeah, you want to leverage whatever you can to motivate him, because here's the thing. I mean, I don't want to be too overhyped on Steele in this sense. You say whatever you want to say, Jerry, but the man that you paid a massive amount of dough is Collins. All right, it's Collins. So you always put your money where your mouth is. You know, so when you spend that money, that's where your heart is. You see what I'm saying? That's where your heart is. Mm-hmm. So you can't be like, oh, I hate you. No, he don't hate him. He want to get more out of you, right? But right now, I'm just looking at you like, come on, man, give me more. I know you can be a Pro Bowl. I see more people with the super chat. Thank you, man. Great Wall was made out of low round draft picks and free agent guys that changed position. Okay, I see you. But look.
Don't slip.
No. That's the whole point. Point to the segment. Don't slip. Because to your point, Boss Cowboy, what warnings turn into frustration over time.
Man, hold on.
And then
hold on.
Warnings
Hold on.
turn to frustration.
Hold on. I'm trying to hit you with the button, OC.
All right.
Perfect.
Go ahead.
Frustration, Boss Cowboy, turns to anger. Frustration turns to anger. Over time. This is how relationships go. All right. Then anger. See, anger, Boss Cowboy, turns into resentment. See, it turns into resentment because this is why it turns into resentment, because you feel like I've given and I haven't gotten back. So you don't ever want an owner looking at your contract and looking at you and thinking, I've given him so much. I've guaranteed him money. I took a risk on him when people thought that, he was a no good human being because of some stuff at LSU, some allegations, right? And I've given him so much. And what is he giving me? Resentment. Now, when you get to resentment, you're on the fast track to divorce. You're on the fast track to divorce. So when that resentment kicks in, and Jerry gonna give him a couple more little warning shots. You see what I'm saying? But after that, then you get a cut, a wave, a sign and trade. Now I don't think Leo's gonna get there. I think that the leadership only Al is too strong to let him get there. I think that Dak Prescott will be in his ear. I think that even Tyron Smith be like, hey bro, you got to pick it up. So I think he has some accountability and some incentive around him from relations that he has. They won't get there. But I'm saying that's the cascade path of separation.
Man, I love doing shows with the OC, man. Listen, I'm lucky. I'm lucky to have my man as a co-host. Boy, that boy went hard, man. Listen, y'all. Y'all all, come on now. God,
lucky to have you, Boss Cowboy. Lucky to have you, man.
God, dog. Ooh, wee. Man, that was fire. Oh, man. All right, let's continue. Because it gets good. We still got competition. And I'm looking at how they going to handle it. I'm dead serious.
But we said this earlier as you transition to Curse, right? We said this way back on draft day. And I said, Cowboy, that hey man, the draft is set up to create a competitive culture. I said so if he took anything from Seattle and learned from there, they had competition Wednesdays. That's what they used to have with Pete Carroll, competition Wednesdays. And basically if you played well, you could earn snaps or get snaps taken away from you. That was a part of the culture of the Seattle Seahawks when they had the Legion of Boom and they was making Super Bowl runs. So this is what we talked about months ago, and that's why you need to follow Boss Cowboy Sports.
Straight
like,
up.
share, subscribe, man. I'm telling you, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Instagram. Follow Boss Cowboy Sports. Turn on your bell notification icons, and you can follow me, the OC100, on Twitter. So listen, I'm saying this. Competition is healthy, boss. Well, competition brings the best out of you. Competition makes you push and dig deep, not coasting and entitlement. And that is what the culture needs to be for the Cowboys to be successful and make deep runs in the playoffs. It has to be competitive. It has to be competitive. It needs to be competitive.
I love it. OC. Oh, because I'm seeing boss turn up based on what you just said. You telling me this dude ain't hungry? He hungry, y'all. And guess who else gonna be hungry because of competition? You don't think this dude is not hearing all this love that Parsons is? I'm betting. I'll put it like this: if he don't turn up Monday, you're a marshmallow. You're a marshmallow. You are a marshmallow. If you let Parsons go out there and get all that love and you don't go crazy to get the love back, go and give it to Parsons. Because what we saw, in my opinion, I want to hear from you on this, OC. Why did Zach Martin go off this game?
Because of all the accolades that some of his other fellow teammates receive.
McGovern.
That's why. Because no, I'm getting there. I was gonna go there slow.
Okay.
I
My
understand.
My bad.
Yeah, I was setting it up, Boss Cowboy. You just stole my thunder. Okay, so let me just go straight to it, because everybody was impressed at the fight and the intestinal fortitude that he had against a very strong Hall of Fame run stopper in Ndamukong Suh, right? He fought in Ndamukong Suh. He got beat on some plays. He got pushed back, but he fought like a grown man. He fought Suh, man. He fought. So now Zach is like, okay, wait a second. I'm the man. So here we go. All right, Marp, I see you. Who's going to play more? Kazi versus a healthy owner-sponsored hooker. I think that Kazi is your playmaker. Kazi is your ball hawk. Kazi is your tough guy tackler. Kazi, if he had not had the ACL injury last year with the Atlanta Falcons, he had like 4 picks in 3 games, something like that. He was on his way to making a Pro Bowl, man. So I think he's a ball hawk. I think he's a playmaker. I like Kazi over Hooker right now, man. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna mess all y'all up.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I really think should be back there on the back end starting?
Who?
Both of these guys. Those are my guys. My guys would be both, because both of those guys go knock your head off. Both of those guys can get the ball. And both of them are young. Both of them have low tread. And this is what most people don't know about Donovan Wilson. Last year, he got more snaps at free than strong.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact.
True.
Way
That's
more.
True. That's true.
Well, look at Starbuck. Hold on, Starbuck. Hold on. See, and listen, Starbuck coming in with that fire. The fundamentals.
True.
It's
true.
But
true. That's what the game is about. True.
Because everybody, in my opinion, they trying to make it about these two guys. Like, no. I think you can still, to me, somebody can see it as totally different. I think these are your 2 best right here. I think those are the 2 guys that should walk out. That's me. But it's a good problem. It's a good problem.
I think Kazi is a little bit underrated, man.
Yeah, no.
Kazi plays well. He plays well on the back end, bro. He's a ball hawk, and he is a dog. He a little dog, but he a dog. He'll come up and sacrifice his body. Oh, come on, Cletus.
Oh man, I hate. It's been a long time since we did this, man. Oh man, I don't want to do my boy like this. God, dog.
Just don't elect yourself winner. That's all I ask, okay? Don't elect it, because you got a real horrible habit of doing that. Do not elect yourself winner, all right?
Boy, are you crazy? Now listen.
No.
Listen, bro.
I'm not crazy, bro. I'm not crazy.
No. Listen.
Because Wilson can be a liability in coverage. He's not as strong in coverage.
Where's the proof for that? You made that up, man. Listen, once you saw this button, you went crazy. You started making up. Where? When?
No, I'm not.
When has he got beaten coverage?
Last year. Okay.
No, keep talking. When?
Last year. Listen. Last year, and I will go back and pull the tape. But last year there were several games where he made errors, where the ball got thrown behind him. Right? Where he took false steps in coverage, Boss Cow.
Man, win though. Win. What game, OC?
New York Giants game. Go back and look at that game, okay? New York Giants game. All right. Also, I forget, it was one more game. It'll come to me. But listen, what I'm saying is this. Listen. I'm saying this. Hold on, don't laugh. No. Here's the deal. It was the Giants game. And I'm losing the other one right now. But it was the Giants game for sure. But this is what I'm saying. If you compare him and Kazi on the back end, Kazi makes more plays on the football and reads the quarterback and the route tree a little bit better.
Yeah.
And he makes more plays on the football.
Yeah.
He makes more plays on the football.
Yeah.
So to me, we want turnovers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, we need tackles. I don't care if Kazi get ran over a little bit, as long as he
Who was the guy last year? Hold on, because we're going to keep talking, even though I'm hitting the button. Who was the guy last year, OC? Because you're taking the L on this one today. Who was the guy last year who got us the ball at a phenomenal level from interceptions as well as causing fumbles? It was Donovan Wilson. Don't you start with me, OC.
Listen, I'm not hating on Donovan Wilson. See, just because I say I favor Kazi, you can't make it like I'm saying Donovan Wilson is garbage. You see, and that's the slippery
I didn't say that.
way
See, did I say that? I was saying you said Kazi get turnovers. Who was getting all those turnovers last year for us?
I'm saying that Kazi's better over his career, and he has the better upside, and he's a better cover safety. That's what I'm telling you. And he tackles, and he's a tough guy. So I think he's a little bit. I think he's a better. It's a preference thing. I'm not saying that Donovan Wilson is bad. I'm saying I personally prefer Kazi because of the things that I just said. That's it. And Tony, I'll see you. We haven't seen enough hookup, but I like Kazi and Wilson. Okay, cool. All right. Hey, listen, Regina, nice to see you. I don't care. You turn around and keep on watching the show. All right, I don't care what you think.
Yeah, they just want to tell you no. So listen, y'all gotta vote today. Who won the debate? OC or Boss? Who won the debate? Who is the guy that should be starting out of Kazi or Donovan Wilson right now? We need to settle this. I'm sick of the OC on this, man. I'm sick of it.
Hey, I'm telling you what my eyeballs see, Boss Cowboy. And if you go back and you look at the Atlanta Falcons and you go back and you look at what's happened thus far, man, your eyeballs, Boss Cowboy, your big eyeballs, gotta tell you that Kazi is a doggone good safety back there, and he plays and reads coverages and route combinations very well, and he makes plays in space, Boss Cowboy, and he's a willing and able tackler, Boss Cowboy, and I like him a little bit better because I want turnovers, Boss Cowboy. I want to win, Boss Cowboy. I just don't want you to be a tough guy. I want you to
I see what you're doing. You trying to talk as they're voting. That's what you're doing. You smooth.
I'm simply just laying out what I think,
good.
Boss.
You good, man. Hey, bro. You really are good. You a tough debater, bro.
Man,
yeah,
look,
we messing up his name. Hey, I'm sorry, man. Y'all know we talking about Kazi. Whatever.
I apologize, guys.
And it's not whatever. But hey, I think you winning. Let me see.
Okay.
Somebody say OC. The OC. It did. I think you got me. OC. I think you got me. OC got me.
So I respect you though, boss. I respect you on this debate. You know why? This is why I respect the mess out of you on this, because you did not automatically mute me and elect yourself to win. Okay, so I appreciate it. All right, I do. Thank you. Thank you for today, man. Thank you for today, man.
And listen, man. I also want to give a special shout out to my brother, Big Game James, bro. I really mean this. Listen, man. This is why I love doing shows with Big Game James. He posted this on his YouTube, okay? Mm-hmm. With over 10,000 people that follow him. This what makes him different, bro. Mm-hmm. This is why I love doing shows with him. Because if y'all don't remember, we had Everson Walls on the show. Him and the OC so crazy. They so crazy. They told Everson Walls to his face, I don't agree with you and I think you wrong. Both of them. But I was crying. I was like, can y'all at least wait till he come back? No. My boy Big said, Mr. Everson Walls, I respect you. I always looked up to you, but you wrong. I died laughing, but my respect also went up for you, OC, and him by a million. Because I was like, these boys don't kiss no butt at all. I loved it. I said, man, you can trust them because they gonna tell you what they think. But see,
it is what it is.
but then Big, I appreciate him because he goes out his way, not just for me, but for everybody. Like when somebody tells him something that changed his mind, he don't only change his mind, he posted and he said over and over and over again, bro. Because it was hard to stand out there for Curse. Let's be honest. It was hard to have the stance you had on Parsons. When you said on draft day, when he was drafted as a linebacker, the OC came out on draft day and just urinated in everybody's yogurt. That was, we was all hype. Yeah. OC said, yeah. And I want him to be used as a pass rusher primarily for Dallas. So I just wanted to say that, man. I really, as we was putting this show together, I want to pause and say I'm really lucky to have co-hosts like you and man. Big Game James. Like for real, I'm lucky. I'm lucky to have guys that will stand on their 10 toes for what they believe. So I just want to definitely say that, bro.
I appreciate you, man. You've been right about so many predictions. It's absurd, man. If you got paid $10 for all the stuff you predicted, we wouldn't even have a show, man, because you already be retired, wealthy, rich man. So
yeah.
So on a lot of this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I really did appreciate Big, man, because, see, people don't remember me and Big had a big debate about this. It was big. Remember that, OC?
I do.
Boy, we had a big debate on Curse, a big one. But and that's what I love about him, because then when he went and saw him at training camp, he called me out 8 times. I counted. Big was like, bro, Boss was on Curse a long time ago. He said it 8 times to 10,000 subscribers. And I hit him up on his DM. I said, bro, this is why you one of the realest dudes I know, regardless of podcasting, just as a person. Solid dude, man, all day. I want to take one more call if that's cool with you, OC. Let's test it. All right, so we go open up the call line. We'll take one more call. We go address it. We got it open. It's 484-998-9332. Because I've been seeing in the chat, a lot of people been asking for the number. They trying to call in. Here's your chance. And the OC and I also talked about we gonna have a call day to where we ain't gonna even have like content prepared. It's just gonna be taking calls and talking ball freestyle. There it is. Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matter.
Hello?
Yeah.
This is Chuck.
Who?
Tuck.
J Tuck?
Oh, am I calling? Huh?
Yeah.
Big Chuck, that on draft day, I told you that Miss Mayshawn was the man.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you told me. Okay. You told me Nation you was right.
Yeah, I tried to tell you guys, but I was calling in basically to say I don't know if this would be the same level, but if you put Parsons on the edge, that's like cutting half the field down, taking half the field away with the pressure coming from constantly from one side. And he's a linebacker, can play the run better. But my personal opinion, I feel that he would be a great rover back, where they would never know where he's coming from.
Which speaks to how
he can't hear you, OC. He can't hear you. I'm sorry. I gotta let him finish. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I was just saying, I was finished. I just think he'll be a great rover guy where you just allow him to do what God gave him. You know what I mean? Use what he got.
I like this call. Do you have anything else before you go? Give me your name too, bro.
This is Chuck.
Chuck.
Chuck out of D.C.
Chuck out of D.C. I'm gonna know you next time you call, bro. Yeah, man. Hey, appreciate your call, man. Your voice, truly, I love to hear their voices, OC. I love it. Hey, we gonna have to hang you up so you can hear the OC. So turn us up now, and then the OC and I go address what you just said with that rover idea. Your voice matters, brother. Thank you, Chuck. All right, bro. Ooh. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Great call, Chuck. Listen, that goes back to what I said earlier in the show. When you look at a couple years in Clay Matthews' career at Green Bay with Dom Capers as the defensive coordinator, that's how Clay was used. He was used as a rover, right? You knew he was a rush in, but he also was a linebacker. He played middle linebacker. He blitzed the A gap, blitzed the B gap, was involved in twist games and stunts, also covered tight ends, covered running backs in the flat. He was all over the field. Now, in the true sense of a rover, the best rover of all time, as we know it, will be Troy Polamalu. So he was in pure context a rover because he was a strong that played all the way down in the box all the time, and he had basically free reign because of his IQ. He didn't just have free reign because he just was so talented. No. Troy Polamalu, a film savant. He was a guy that studied opponents, and so he knew and predicted things, and so his coach trusted him to make judgment calls in certain scenarios. Now, hopefully, Michael Parsons will get to that level in the next few years, but right now, in terms of a pure linebacker rover, I think the model really would be what Dom Capers did with Clay Matthews when he was in his prime at Green Bay.
Awesome, man. Man, that OC goes so hard, man. That list, I can't add nothing to that, bro. I love all the ideas that's going out on Parsons, right? Because, and I'm going to sum it up like this. Like Jerry, I think the number one and only one word to me that sums up Parsons on however he's used, pressure. I think that's how to use them. So, OC, I'm going to take the final words, and then you take the final words, and then we go close out. But this competition, man, I love it. But it has to be managed. And I want to see how this is going to be managed. Are they going to really foster the competition that makes everybody better? Or will they have favorites, right? You know, will they go out there and make the hard decisions? Because now it's getting hard. It was hard for Dak to unseat Romo. There was an emotional attachment to Romo by the Jones family. That's why Jerry was talking about it so late in the season. What if Romo was to somehow come back and all of this and all of that? And I'm going to be frank. I think they managed that transition poorly. But we got competition everywhere. It started out with, let's take out Jalen. Parsons is here to take out Jalen. And LVE. Oh, no. It's starting to move now. Competition is moving everywhere. How will we manage it? That's what I'm going to be looking for. That's what I'll be talking about. I'm going to be keeping everybody abreast of what I believe.
Well, guys, listen, I'm going to give you an acronym, and then I'm done for the night. FFS. FFS. Fight for snaps. That is the environment. That is the culture that will bring the best out of these men and produce the best end product for the Dallas Cowboys and for Cowboys Nation. It has to be a culture in every key position that there's a guy chasing you and you need to be looking at that guy. It needs to be a Florida State, Miami culture. It needs to be a culture with a Jimmy Johnson-like culture. It was guys, the twos could start for anybody in the league at a certain point in time when Jimmy Johnson had this thing humming, right? So fight for snaps. That should be the culture. And if we establish any semblance of that culture, however it's done, we go have a great football team and we going deep in the playoffs. Mark my words.
Perfect.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters. Boss Cowboy Sports.